If you are wondering whether Cleo actually lets you borrow money, you are not alone. This is one of the most searched questions about the Cleo app, especially by people looking for a quick cash advance without dealing with traditional banks or payday lenders. In this video, I will explain clearly how borrowing works on Cleo, who qualifies, how much you can get, the fees involved, and whether it is really worth using. Cleo is a financial assistant app that uses artificial intelligence to help users manage their money. It connects to your bank account, tracks your spending, and gives budgeting advice. But beyond budgeting, Cleo also offers a borrowing feature called a cash advance. This is what most people mean when they ask if Cleo lets you borrow money. The short answer is yes, Cleo does let you borrow money, but it is not a traditional loan. Cleo offers small cash advances designed to help you cover short-term expenses before your next payday. These advances are meant for things like groceries, transport, or urgent bills, not for large purchases or long-term borrowing. Cleo's borrowing feature is available through two main plans. The first is Cleo Plus and the second is Cleo Builder. Both plans require a monthly subscription fee. Without a paid plan, you cannot access Cleo Cash Advances. This is important because many users assume the borrowing feature is completely free, which is not the case. Once you subscribe, Cleo reviews your linked bank account activity. The app looks at your income patterns, spending habits, and account balance. Based on this information, Cleo decides whether you are eligible for a cash advance and how much you can borrow. There is no credit check, and your credit score is not affected. This makes Cleo appealing to people with low credit scores or no credit history. So how much can you actually borrow from Cleo? For new users, the amount usually starts small. Most people begin with advances between $20 and $70. Over time, if you repay on time and maintain stable income patterns, Cleo may increase your limit. The maximum cash advance amount can go up to $250, but not everyone will qualify for that amount. It is also important to understand how repayment works. Cleo automatically deducts the borrowed amount from your linked bank account on your next payday. You do not need to manually repay it in most cases. However, you must ensure there is enough money in your account when repayment is due. If there is not enough balance, you may run into overdraft issues with your bank. Now let us talk about fees, because this is where many people want clarity. Cleo does not charge interest like a traditional loan. Instead, you pay a monthly subscription fee. Cleo Plus typically costs a few dollars per month, and Cleo Builder costs slightly more. The Builder plan is designed for users who want to build credit, as it reports certain activity to credit bureaus. In addition to the subscription fee, Cleo may charge an express transfer fee if you want the money instantly. If you choose standard delivery, the cash advance usually arrives within 1 to 3 business days at no extra cost. If you need the money immediately, you can pay an express fee, which varies depending on the amount and timing. One thing Cleo does well is transparency. Before you accept a cash advance, the app shows you exactly how much you will receive, when it will be repaid, and any applicable fees. This helps you make an informed decision, instead of being surprised later. So who can qualify to borrow money from Cleo? You must be at least 18 years old, and have a supported bank account. Your bank account should show regular income, such as a salary or benefits. Cleo works best for users with consistent deposits, because this reassures the app that repayment is likely. If your income is irregular or your balance is often negative, Cleo may deny or limit your advance. Another question people often ask is whether Cleo is safe and legitimate. Cleo is a well-known fintech app used by millions of people, especially in the United States and the United Kingdom. It uses bank-level encryption to protect your data. While no app is perfect, Cleo is generally considered safe to use if you understand the terms and use it responsibly. However, Cleo is not for everyone. If you are looking for a large loan, Cleo will not meet your needs. If you struggle with managing subscriptions or frequently have low account balances, the automatic repayment could cause stress. Cleo is best used as a short-term financial tool, not a long-term borrowing solution. One advantage of using Cleo instead of payday loans is that the costs are usually lower and more predictable. Payday loans often come with extremely high interest rates and hidden fees. Cleo's subscription model can be cheaper, especially if you use the app's budgeting tools regularly. On the downside, paying a monthly fee just to access borrowing may not make sense if you rarely need cash advances. In that case, you might end up spending more on subscriptions than the value you get from borrowing. So, does Cleo let you borrow money? Yes, Cleo does allow you to borrow money through small cash advances if you meet the eligibility requirements and subscribe to a paid plan. The amounts are limited, repayment is automatic, and fees are based on subscriptions and optional express delivery, not interest. Before using Cleo to borrow money, it is wise to review your budget and ensure you can repay on time. Used responsibly, Cleo can be a helpful financial safety net. Used carelessly, it can add unnecessary costs. If you found this explanation helpful, and you are considering using Cleo for a cash advance, make sure you read the terms carefully inside the app. Understanding how it works is the best way to avoid surprises and make smart financial decisions.